For those of you that work on German cars, you know that they like to use fasteners like Torx triple squares and goofy things like tamper-proof Torx, inverted Torx, and Lord knows what else they'll come up with next. I guess they just assumed you're gonna lose your 10mm anyway. We also know that space is ultra tight. In fact, 1/4-inch drive was my go-to drive for most everything, especially when we're working on dash components or anywhere under the hood. I picked up this set of VIM Ultra Stubbies from Amazon about 8-9 months ago and been driving them a bit ever since so I could talk to you guys about them. This is a tool that I wish I had like 15 years ago. Do you know how much grief this would have saved me? Guys that remember the BPY intake manifold runner sets, these would have been the magic tool to do that job instead of having to rig up a set like this in order to get that intake runner off. I've also been a fan of VIM tools for quite some time. I think they're an awesome quality product, lifetime warranty, and you can get them on Amazon. This set was like 30 bucks or something like that. I think it's actually a few dollars cheaper now. I'll link it down below if you want to check most current pricing. So I've used these on a regular ratchet, an impact gun, a screwdriver handle driver. It, of course, oddly enough, works perfectly great on every single one. The fitment inside the Torx bit is really good. It's nice and snug. That's something that the really cheap tools sometimes don't live up to. This kit does come in a blow molded case, although I think if you're tight on space, you could probably take them out of this case and store them another way, and that'll be a bit more efficient than this. But this holds them all nice and tight, perfect for like your salvage yard bag, and just throw the whole kit in there in case you need it. Now they do their job as a Torx driver perfectly fine, but really the best thing and the whole reason you're gonna buy these is the size. The length of these bits come in at right about 19.5mm. By comparison, the next shortest T20 driver that I have is almost 37mm. I also have one that comes in right at 40mm. When you put it on a ratchet, even with the tool that you put it on, you're still only coming in at about 30mm, 31mm. And as you guys know, sometimes 10mm makes all the difference in the world. Before picking these up, my slim or limited access tool was this little ratchet tool with the bit. This one comes in right at 30.5mm, and this is right about 31. So it is a little bit shorter, but the flexibility difference between being able to put a ratchet where you can add a longer handle and this thing is considerable. The way I would get more leverage with this is I'd put a 15mm socket over it and then an extension. The other great thing is the price. For comparison, this Highline Tool Truck brand T30 1-bit is $28. This kit's right about 30 bucks, so you know, do the math on that one. Considerable. Now, I do think this is a great quality socket. I've used it many, many years, never broke one. It's also repairable with a new bit, but let's be honest, you always don't need a $30 individual socket. Sometimes a $30 set is actually what you need. This is, again, one of those tools I wish I would have had at the start of my career. It would have made so many jobs much, much, much easier had I had these to go to versus having to customize, modify, or just deal with something like this. Now, like I mentioned, I did purchase this kit back in December. Since then, VIM has sent me a handful of other things to check out for you guys, so shout out to them for sending me this other stuff. I have been a fan of their stuff for a long time. The triple squares were my go-to triple squares. If you guys ever wondered how I did Mark V, B6, and forward brakes with that really big triple square holding on the caliper carrier, it was the VIM sockets that did it for me. So I will put links to this as well as the triple squares down in the description. I've also reviewed those triple squares. If you want to check that video out as well, I'll link it up too. Shout out to VIM. Thanks for making awesome stuff. Thanks for having a lifetime warranty on tools that everybody can afford and not have to spend $30 for one little individual socket. Guys, remember, with every review, this is my experience, my opinion. Your mileage and your usage may totally vary, but I always feel like there's so many tools that exist that I don't know about, so when I find something awesome like these, I want to share it with you guys. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Questions, comments, drop them down below. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.